I'm going to present the information technology policy on that today's presentation. So, information technology is the application of computers and technology applications, computers and telecommunications equipment to store, retrieve, transit, manipulate data often the context of the business of the or environment. It means IT policy clearly defines what is IT policy and why require the IT policy. So everyone, this is the age of the information technology. So all the information we store in the electromagnetic device that's called mobile, telephone, computers, supercomputers, whatever the telecommunication channels that are the electromagnetic device. So such kind of informations are stored, retrieved. It means we need to pull and push the information from the mobile and telecommunication sector electromagnetic device like Facebook, Gmail, whatever we are using. We are pulling the data and pushing the data from the electromagnetic device and store the data, retrieve the data, transmit the data. Transmit the data, it means we are doing the transaction on the mobile banking, so it's transmit the data. So this policy is required to control this kind of behavior in the nation. So it has related to the development of information technology, policy, rules, guidance and procedures. So government shall facilitate this kind to the nation. So IT policy are initiated by government of Nepal. So higher authority is the decision maker is the government of Nepal inside the Nepal. So what is the vision of the IT policy? What are the vision of the to place the Nepal on the globe, to place the Nepal on the global map on the information technology within the 5 years. Around the globe, here in the Nepal, it's pinpointed on this map. So, as per government policy, it's a vision, it's established in within the 5 years. It's published in 2064 years, but we are very far, but it's not established as per the government strategy and vision. So it's not established yet. But we government this is written in the book, but not in practical. So this is the vision as per the government. So what are the objectives of the IT policy? So to enhance public access to information technology, promote employment opportunity through its utilization. It's obviously enhancing since 10 years in the Nepalese market. So before that we are using the paper. So in this 10 years, in this decade, these objectives can meet. We can government can meet these objectives in the rural area. Also using the mobile phone and mobile banking as per this objective. It means technology and promote employment opportunity through its utilization. Nowadays, many people can work from home with the help of technology from the rural area. They don't need to come Kathmandu to work. They can work everywhere around the globe from the work from home method. There are many tools like Teams, Office, so they can use in the IT sector. So to build knowledge-based society, it's obviously building the knowledge-based society in our country. As per the objectives, government started with World Aid to Wi-Fi zone to prepare the Wi-Fi zone in major cities in Nepal, and it's achieved. And it's hand-holding by Facebook, which is conveying the operation with the worlding and government of Nepal, and most of the zones are Wi-Fi zones inside the Kathmandu and major city of Nepal. So it's matched and to establish knowledge-based industries in this sector, there is government included the objectives, but there are some laws, so it's not we cannot predict so knowledge-based industries in this this country because there are the lots of threats in country by law. So this objectives is not matched in our society. As for the government strategy, the government shall act as the promoter, facilitator, and regulator. So, for any technology of any kind of service, technology is a IT policy. It's required for the service industry. Government is the promoter, facilitator, and regulator, which is mentioned in the IT Policy Act. In strategy, high priority will be given the research, development, extension of the information technology with private sector participants. In this section, Mahavir Pune started this innovation center in our country, but government is not promoting. But it's written in the document, but in practical, it's not promoting by the government. They are not helping to the private sector to promote the technology, but they are facilitating. They are facilitating to the. They are already provided the authority to promote the information technology within the nation. So encourage domestic and foreign investment for IT and related infrastructure development. For example, many multinational companies are here. They open the branches in our nation. Government provided the facilitate. Only the facilitate. It means they are not providing the required all the facilities, but basic facility they provide approval to open the branches in our nation. So these are the strategies. So accept that position Nepal on the global map on information technology. I already talked on the vision section. This is the global map, and government wants to positionize Nepal on the map of the information technology. Promote e-commerce with legal provisions. Before this provision, there are many frauds in the e-commerce section. Fraudsters are arise in the e-commerce section and mobile banking. Not in the mobile banking, e-commerce and the online pages. So after this strategy, government make the law to how to compute the e-commerce section and online section. So how can we buy and sell from the online? So to utilize information technology to enhance e-governance. For example, it's a Nagarik app is the simple example of this e-governance, and the tax office is the another example for the taxation, and like Masipari and whatever the tax invoice should be uploaded in the tax site. That's the example of the e-government. Kathmandu Metropolitan recently announced that most of the taxes will be we can deliver or we can receive from the e-governance. So incorporate computer education into academic curriculum starting from the school level. Government Ministry of the Health and Education starting this plan. They are planning to curriculum from the school level. It's not only private sector, it's for the government sector, government school. On this time, we have the curriculum in the private school and boarding school, but not in the government school. But government want to make the curriculum and starting from the school level for the computerized education. So, Electronic Transition Act 2007. So these are the vision and strategy. So why require the Transition Act for this regularity? And so what is the purpose of the Transition Act? Make legal provisions of authentication and regulation of the electronic records. So I already told there all the data are saved in electromagnetic device. So we need to regulate and authenticate those data. So this is the purpose to make the Electronic Transaction Act 2007 and ensure recognition, validity, integrity, reliability of the electronic transaction, covering the generation, production, processing, storage, communication, transmission of electronic records. So this is the scope of the Electronic Transaction Act 2007. So security. So how data will secure and who will the responsible for the security for this kind of data. So this is the required of this Electronic Transaction Act of 2007, and who is the controller from the legal side that is required for this process. So this act will written on this act. There are 20, I guess, I'm not sure, but I guess 27 sections, but passed by the House of Representatives in 2063 BS 2007. And as per the Electronic Transaction Act, there is the definition. Asynchronous crypto system, it means the creates the secure key pair considering a private key creating digital signature and public key verifying digital signature. So it means there are private key and public key in the data. So it's stored in the hash function AES 256 and whatever the hash function. So all the data will be stored in the electromagnetic device. So it clearly mentioned in the definition section. On the definition section, there is the written in the license. What is the license of the data? What is the license of the software? What is the license of the what is the requirement to build the company for this kind of they need to take the license from the government, like Mero Mobile, Answer, whatever the telecommunication sector, they need to grab the license from the government. Or originator, it means data originator, it means person who generates, stores, transmit electronic records, and this don't include a person who carries any other person carry out such functions. So what is the computer? It's also mentioned in the definition. It means electromagnetic, optical, or other high-speed data processing device or system which perform logical, authenticate, and memory function by manipulating electromagnetic or optical impulses. So computer, what is the computer database? Computer database means information, knowledge, and concept of presenting of instruction which is being prepared or have already prepared in words, image, voice, or audio visual from a formalized manner. It doesn't mean there are a secure database, no secure database, MongoDB database, Postgres database. It doesn't mean this kind of database. These are the tools to store the database. So whatever we are doing every day, for example, we are listening the music. So music stored database. That's clearly mentioned. We are doing transaction. We are doing transaction from the banking side. So money is stored in our banking. So we are doing every day in digital form to transmit the data from one computer to another computer, one account to another account. So that is stored in the electromagnetic device in the hard disk form of they are using the tools to Oracle, SQL database, whatever the database it's not mentioned, whatever they can use any database form, any database tool, but it's clearly mentioned what is the database in the definition section in the Electronic Transaction Act 2007. In the section 1, authority of electronic record. Who is the author? Who are the authorized? I already mentioned in the hash function, and private key and public key it can control the authorization AAA, authentication, accounting, authorization, and accounting AAA in the data. So once they authenticate, authorize, and accountable, this can permit the into the data. It means if we supply the username and password in any application, they will take the authentication, authorization, and accounting in the section. So after that, they complete with private key and public key. After verify the data, they will permit to enter that application. So legal recognition in the section 2, legal recognition of the electronic record. Before this act, the government will not accept the computerized billing, and they will not accept the electronic records for the evidence in the court. After this Electronic Transaction Act, they can accept email and they can formalize electronic records in the government section 2. The government also promoting the what it's called in English Nagarik Vadapatra and Gadget, something like this. They are published in the government side in electromagnetic form.